This is Ian Schreier, Assistant Athletic Director for Sports Information at Adelphi University and a member of the CoSIDA Academic All-America New Media Committee. And it is my honor to be joined by the 2021 CoSIDA Academic All-America NAIA Team Member of the Year in the sport of men's soccer, a graduate goalkeeper from Milligan University, Jan Kuepper.
Hey, nice to be here.
Jan, first and foremost, congratulations on this great honor. What does it mean to you, especially when you first heard that you were going to be named the CoSIDA Academic All-America Team Member of the Year for men's soccer in NAIA?
Well, when I heard it first, I was shocked because I was actually just coming back from the classroom and I didn't think about anything, just, heading back to my dorm. And then my assistant coach was like, "Hey, Jan, big news." And then I heard it first. And I couldn't believe it at first, so I had to look up the title. And it's a really big award, and I'm super happy to be the receiver of this.
Now let's start at the beginning here for you, Jan. You're originally from Europe. You're originally hailed from Rhineland-Pfalz, Germany, and for most individuals that play or are interested in soccer, and granted there are many in Europe that are interested in football as it's known in Europe. Most individuals at very young ages start off in academies, and it's many years before they even emigrate over here to the States where they play collegiately. So where did your interest in soccer start?
My interest in soccer started very early on. My grandpa always wanted me to play soccer, and it started when I was 3 years old. He laid the ball in front of me and wanted me to kick the ball, and that's when everything started to happening. And for my first probably 10 or 11 years, I was just really enjoying soccer and didn't really put much effort into this. But then my family moved to Switzerland, or close to the Swiss border, still living in Germany, where I then transferred to a club called FC Schaffhausen, and they were a pretty good team. Their first team are professionals, and I was playing for the academy team. And that's when I met the first coach that really taught me what it means to stay focused in soccer and push your limits every day when you go to practice. And basically in that club in Switzerland, I got to where I am today. Well, closer to where I am today. Of course, you always continue improving, but that's when I also knew I want to go to America and play collegiate soccer.
Was it when your grandfather taught you at 3 years old how to play soccer? Did he also teach you that you can't use your hands unless you were a goalkeeper? Then you decided goalkeeping was just for you?
Yeah, I was actually, so my grandpa never liked the idea at first that I am a goalkeeper. So in the very beginning, I was actually a midfielder for a long time, and I turned to a goalkeeper, to the bad side of the game, when I was 12 years old or 13 years old.
I know that you had come to Milligan University with where you are now from a Division I school in North Carolina, Gardner-Webb. Was it playing collegiately? Was it the opportunity of playing college soccer here in the United States that interested you in coming to the U.S., or was it something else?
I think it was a mix. So in Germany, I knew I wasn't good enough to play professionally, to make a living from soccer. So I was looking for other opportunities. And that's when my friend actually told me, "Why are you not going to America? That they have a super good system there where you can combine academia with soccer." And then I got in contact with my agency, and that's when everything started to roll.
So then let's follow up and ask, you've been a 3-year starting goalkeeper at Milligan. What drove you to Milligan University?
Well, I don't want to go too much into detail, but at my first school, I didn't have a great time. After my first 3 weeks of preseason, I tore my meniscus. And at the D1, when you have an injury like that and it's your first semester and you're on your own during the whole process, then it gets tough. And so ultimately, I made the decision to look for a new beginning. And the coaches at Milligan, they found me, they reached out to me, and from the very first moment I got in touch with them, I felt like Milligan is the right place for me to play soccer and find the fun of soccer again.
And ultimately, it's been a great move for you. You've been a two-time all-conference goalkeeper and established great success in your time there. And just to recap a little bit of what you've accomplished in your 3 years at Milligan, you've started all 44 games, and this fall you've set career bests in saves, goals against average, and save percentage to go along with 11 shutouts en route to earning, as we had said before, your second straight all-conference first-team honor. So what was the key, maybe not across the 3 years that you played at Milligan, but ultimately just this year, what was the key to your on-field success?
Well, as a goalkeeper, the team is a huge part of the success. I mean, when my defense or even the forwards do the right defensive job and prevent the opponent from shooting on my goal, then it makes it really easy for me. So I really just want to say thank you to my team, especially my defenders, because we have been a unit throughout this whole year. And I would be lying if I said that it was all about me or anything like that. So yeah, my defenders was definitely key of the success this year.
And overall, the team had a fantastic year, Jan. 15-3-1, went to the NAIA national tournament. The team as a whole set multiple records for goals scored, shutouts, and ultimately achieved your highest national ranking in program history. So this past fall being your last year at Milligan, how does it feel to be going out on a year like you just had?
Well, it's definitely emotional. After my last game, I have to admit, a few tears came out of my eye. But it's a blessing. I mean, to finish off like this is, yeah, I don't even have the right words. It's really incredible, and I enjoyed every second here at Milligan. And knowing that I was able to contribute to this success this year is fantastic. A fantastic feeling.
And Jan, I'm sure it makes it all the more bittersweet. Well, I wouldn't even say bittersweet. It makes it all the more special of the fact that you also that you and your teammates were also enduring a pandemic and having the opportunity to compete at such a high level.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this was a special 2 years. The success here at Milligan really started during the 2020 pandemic. Like when COVID started, our success basically started too. And it was special from the very beginning, because part of playing during the pandemic is that you have to stay focused off the field as well. It is not just enough to come to practice and do your best and show up to the games and do your best there. You also have to stay focused off the field. You cannot get infected with the virus, and you cannot get exposed to many other people so they could trace you back and you have to quarantine. And I think this was also key of our success, because I could feel that every single player really stayed focused 24/7.
In the classroom, Jan, you don't seem to break a sweat on the field, off the field, as much as you may or may not on the field. But a 3.98 cumulative, grade point average as you're working towards your MBA, your master's in business administration. How have you found, especially as a two-time all-conference goalkeeper and now taking classes, how do you find that perfect balance? And even to this day, as someone who's 37 years old, I try to find a perfect balance with just about everything. But for you as student athletes, how do you find that perfect balance between being that soccer player and also being a student?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's good to say that this job is a 24/7 job.
Sure.
Yeah, it's around the clock. And I found the balance because I used every small moment where I was able to enjoy the little things in life to actually enjoy it. And I was always looking for the moments with my friends. If it was a really busy day where I basically studied all day, I went to the practice field and I got my two best friends and we juggled with the ball. And this was my time where I really enjoyed just being out there, kicking around the ball. And yeah, you need to pay attention to the little moments and really enjoy the little moments to find the balance.
Very well said, Jan. It's so important to focus on the small things, and that really takes up the bigger picture.
Yeah.
I always ask, who do you credit, for instilling the values? You spoke a lot about, or just spoke about, how important the little things are. Who instilled those type of values for you? Who have been your role models?
Yeah. So I guess there are three people. First of all, my parents. They have always taught me to just give my best in anything I do. And I really took that to my heart. And whenever I go out on the soccer field, I really try to give my best and try to improve myself every single time. Then, of course, the coaches here at Milligan, they have given me so much trust through these 3 years. And they have also made me the captain of the team. And, well, it means a lot to get this trust, to get so much trust. And I really try to pay back what they have given me. And then the third person that really had an influence on me was a goalkeeper in Switzerland that is currently playing as in the U21 national team of Switzerland. And I had a bad day in Switzerland, and he came to me and he was like, Jan, if you want to play soccer at a high level, you need to give everything for every shot. And like in this moment, it really like something happened in my head. And whenever now I see a forward running towards me, I have his words in my mind, and I know I need to give 100% right now, right in this moment. And well, it worked for him. He is now the national goalkeeper, U21. And it also worked. It worked pretty well for me, I would say, in the last 2 years, especially.
As you prepare to graduate with your MBA from Milligan, Jan, what do you foresee as the career path down the road as you graduate?
Well, I unfortunately cannot play soccer anymore. I had 3 knee surgeries overall, and so my body is not willing to sacrifice anymore. But I'm gonna stick around soccer. I will probably become a goalkeeper coach, maybe for another NAIA school or an academy team. Who knows? And then, other than that, I will take my MBA and I will try to find a good job out there in the business world.
Well, best of luck in that respect, Jan. And lastly, what will you in your time, in your 3 years at Milligan, what will you always remember most about your time there as your time officially as a college student athlete comes to a close?
That is a difficult question. I mean, during 3 years, there are so many memories that you create, and you get to learn so many people that like shape you and have all kind of influence on you. But for me, I think a really good memory that I will always have is to come to a game day, home games, and just sit there on the bench before the game, like an hour or 2 hours before the game started, to just sit there on the bench and suck in the atmosphere and just looking around and enjoy every moment again. I think that is great, and this is a good memory to have.
Nothing like tying those cleats on and just really taking in
everything. That
belongs
to that. Yeah. When I sat there, I got myself ready. I took my gloves, I took my cleats, and I just enjoyed like every single moment of the pregame and of course the games as well.
Well, Jan, congratulations again on this prestigious honor, and we can't thank you enough for taking a few minutes here with us to discuss this accomplishment and everything you've had, all the success that you've had, and we wish you many more in the future.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed the interview. Thank you.